Today we're going to blog a very special rider who was a two-time world champion. He won his first championship at that time, the record youngest rider at 21 years old. And not only did he win a championship, a world championship at 21, but he did it with a broken leg in 5 places. Can you imagine that? He is a best friend and a protege of Barry Briggs and Ivan Major. It's none other than the famous Ronnie Moore. He was born in Tasmania, March 8th, 1933. He was like an Australian, but he never considered himself Australian. He was a New Zealander. He was a Kiwi. When Ronnie was young, his father ran this circle of death. It's that globe thing where the riders ride 3 or 4 or 5 and they spin around and they ride. They used to do that in the old days. Well, Ronnie's dad promoted that and he ran that. And Ronnie was one of the riders. That's probably where he got his motorcycle skills, from riding the circle of death. He was riding the circle of death at like 13 and 14 years old. And then at age 15, he changed and moved into Speedway. He got a Speedway bike and started racing Speedway. At age 17, he hitched a ride for the Wimbledon Dons. Earning a whopping 60 pounds a week riding for that team. I believe he loved the Dons. He raced from 1950 to 1956. And he won a world championship while he was a Don. He married his beautiful wife, Jill. And they had 4 beautiful daughters together. Ronnie won his first world championship in 1954. He did it in an amazing way. He had a crash earlier on in Denmark and he had a broken leg in 5 places. And he said, I'm gonna race that world championship anyways. So he went ahead and strapped on his boots and his leathers and went out and maxed the score with 15 points. And a world championship with a broken leg in 5 places. He won that championship at Wembley Stadium in front of 80,000 screaming fans. At that time, Ronnie Moore was the youngest Speedway rider ever to win a world championship. But in 1957 and 1958, Ronnie changed and went to Formula 1 race cars. Where he had much success and did really well. Anything that Ronnie rode, he was going to be a champion. Ronnie raced a Formula 1 at age 24 and 25 years old. But at age 26, Ronnie went back to Speedway and won another world championship. The first world championship Ronnie won with a broken leg in 5 places. And the second world championship, he won with a broken ankle. Ronnie won 2 world championships handicap. Can you imagine that? I'm a Speedway rider and I would have never rode handicap. And Ronnie went out and won a world championship, 2 world championships with a broken ankle and a broken leg. I believe that the mystique of Ronnie Moore is winning those 2 world championships completely handicapped. That is unbelievable. He raced in 15 Speedway World Championships, and he was on the podium as runner-up 3 times. He was an inspiration to many, including Barry Briggs and Ivan the Great Major. As children, they idolized Ronnie Moore. And Barry Briggs once said that if it wasn't for Ronnie Moore, there would be no Ivan and me. Between the 3, they won 12 world championships. What a team from New Zealand. They were awesome. Ronnie teamed up with Barry Briggs when Barry first came riding for the Dons. In 1960, Ronnie and Ivan Major teamed up to win the World Best Pairs Championship. Ronnie and Ivan, what a team! Ronnie won the New Zealand Championship in 1968 and 1969. He ended his British League career in 1972 with the Coventry Bees. Ronnie was a bee. He only raced for 2 teams in the British League, the Wimbledon Dons and the Coventry Bees. But I'm sure every team would like to have Ronnie Moore. After his last British League race in 1972, Ronnie returned home to race at the local tracks, probably to kick everyone's asses on the track. Ronnie's racing career ended in 1975 when he had a massive crash, hit his head, and almost died. Ronnie became partially or mostly deaf after that race. He was supposed to die at that race, and then of course Ronnie Moore would not die. He pulled through and he continued his life. He continued in his love for Speedway after his racing days. He was mentoring young Speedway riders. And he was working at this Speedway track. The raceway was in New Zealand, and this is where Ronnie, he groomed the track. He would prepare the track. He was like a Brad Oxley, taking care of the track, and teaching the kids how to race Speedway. He passed his knowledge on to the younger generation. Ronnie was inducted in the New Zealand Sports Hall of Fame in 2012. Sadly, Ronnie passed away August 18th, 2018 at the age of 85. Many attended Ronnie's funeral, his last race, his final farewell. If there's a Speedway track in heaven, you know Ronnie will be there. Well, that's it, the Ronnie Moore story. Ronnie never bragged about his world championships or anything. He was an incredible man, an inspiration to many, probably the most natural-born Speedway rider ever. Ronnie Moore was just an amazing and incredible talent, something that you just couldn't believe. And that's Ronnie Moore. So please like, subscribe, share, and ring the bell.